Have you ever wondered what it truly means to command respect without lifting your voice? Consider a scenario where your mere presence, your unyielding aura, forces others to bend to your will without any explicit confrontation. In today's exploration, we delve into Nietzsche's groundbreaking ideas to reveal a counterintuitive truth: that the most formidable way to crush opposition is to do so silently, harnessing the power of internal resolve. We challenge the common notion that power must be loud and aggressive, and instead argue that true dominance is cultivated quietly from within. At first glance, you might assume that this concept belongs to the realm of paradox or even vanity. Yet, as we peel away the layers of superficial aggression, you will discover that by mastering silence and internal fortitude, you can shape outcomes with a precision that no overt act can match. Prepare for an uncompromising analysis that redefines what it means to hold power, as we merge Nietzsche's timeless philosophy with modern strategies for emotional and psychological mastery. Historical foundations and Nietzsche's radical ideas. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most influential thinkers of the 19th century, challenged established moral paradigms by advocating for the revaluation of all values. In works such as Thus Spoke Zarathustra and Beyond Good and Evil, Nietzsche argued that true power emerges when one transcends conventional morality and society's expectations. His philosophy resonates with those who feel constrained by external dictates and offers a path toward profound personal liberation. Nietzsche's notion of the will to power is not merely a call for physical or political dominance, it is a call to harness one's inner strength, overcoming the internal obstacles that prevent true self-realization. He asserts that the individual's authenticity and unyielding inner resolve can disrupt societal norms and shatter the illusions that keep people meek and subservient. Understanding these ideas requires examining how modern society continues to foster a culture of noise, distraction, and dependency that runs counter to the quiet, relentless pursuit of internal mastery. Key psychological concepts in a modern context. Several ideas from Nietzsche's corpus are particularly relevant today. The will to power, a fundamental drive within every individual to assert their own values and shape their destiny. Self-overcoming, the continuous process of transcending one's own limitations, a journey that involves both struggle and creative reinvention. Silence as strength. In a world that demands noise and spectacle, Nietzsche's call to embrace silence is a potent strategy for achieving genuine authority. The illusion of external control. Recognizing that the external forces we fear are often reflections of our internal battles enables us to reclaim our power. Modern hidden influences. Beyond the overt structures of power in politics and business, there exists an insidious network of cultural conditioning and subconscious patterns that manipulate our behavior. Social media, consumer culture, and a relentless commitment to superficial success have all contributed to a state of perpetual distraction. These forces keep you reactive and dependent, obscuring the deeper potential that lies within. By dissecting these modern mechanisms, we can understand how to break free and establish an untouchable inner domain. Main content: redefining dominance through silence. In a world where volume is often mistaken for authority, Nietzsche teaches us that the absence of overt aggression can be the most formidable form of control. When you choose silence, you compel others to confront your presence directly. This quiet intensity is rooted in self-assurance and clarity, which only come from a deep, sustained commitment to self-understanding. Instead of reacting to external provocations with anger or boastful displays, you cultivate a measured, calculated composure. This form of dominance is subtle yet overwhelming. It leaves your adversaries disoriented, unable to decipher your true intentions. The technique is not a display of weakness. Rather, it is a deliberate strategy to neutralize conflict by asserting inner strength beyond the reach of overt insults. Harnessing the will to power internally. At the heart of Nietzsche's philosophy is the concept of the will to power, which in modern terms is the relentless drive to master one's inner world. This internal force is the foundation of every great achievement. It is cultivated not through brute force, but through deep self-examination, continuous learning, and the disciplined integration of every facet of your being. Embracing the will to power begins with acknowledging that your potential is not defined by external circumstances. Instead, it is the outcome of your persistent efforts to overcome limiting beliefs and hidden insecurities. By redirecting your energy inward, you transform every challenge into fuel for personal growth. This process requires discipline, courage, and a willingness to challenge even your most deeply held assumptions about who you are. The art of self-overcoming. Self-overcoming is the transformative process through which you not only confront your limitations, but transmute them into strengths. Every setback, every failure, is an opportunity to learn and evolve. Nietzsche's insistence on continual self-transcendence is a call to harness pain and transform it into creative energy. Consider the individual who endures public humiliation or personal loss. Rather than succumbing to bitterness, they channel their sorrow into a relentless pursuit of self-improvement. This counterintuitive strategy, using adversity as a stepping stone, reveals a profound truth. The power to crush obstacles lies in the willingness to embrace and transcend them. Silence as a weapon in power dynamics. While modern leaders often resort to bombastic displays and aggressive rhetoric, the true master operates in silence. There is a quiet magnetism that comes with unspoken strength, a force that is both disarming and intimidating. By withholding unnecessary words and focusing on purposeful action, you force others to reckon with the weight of your presence. Silence in this context is not passivity. It is a deliberate choice, a demonstration of confidence that no external force can penetrate. This approach reflects an understanding that the most significant battles are won not through noise, but through thoughtful, measured strategy. It is a reminder that true dominance is rooted in the unshakable certainty of your own inner power. Overcoming external expectations and internal projections. Much of what we perceive as external opposition is, in fact, a mirror reflecting our internal conflicts. The criticisms, the challenges, and even the betrayals we face are frequently exacerbated by unresolved fears and repressed desires. When you project your insecurities onto others, you unwittingly surrender your power. The first step in dismantling these projections is to engage in deep, honest introspection. By understanding the origins of your vulnerabilities, you can begin to disassociate them from external events. This internal work is painful but necessary, as it dissolves the false narratives that have held you captive and replaces them with a clear, self-determined vision of reality. The psychological mechanics behind quiet dominance. True control is achieved not by fighting the external world on its own terms, but by restructuring your internal responses. The psychological mechanisms that govern our reactions, fear, anger, envy, are powerful yet malleable. Through techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, and reflective journaling, you can retrain your mind to respond to challenges with composure rather than impulsivity. This recalibration of your emotional landscape leads to a state of quiet dominance. When you no longer react from a place of unresolved pain or insecurity, you become an agent of deliberate, considered action. The power that emerges from this internal clarity renders external conflicts almost irrelevant as you operate from a position of absolute self-assurance. Strategic detachment in a noisy world. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, distractions abound. The incessant chatter of social media, the constant barrage of advertisements, and the trivialities of everyday life conspire to keep your mind in a state of perpetual reactivity. Machiavelli's insight into the value of detachment, a concept that resonates with modern psychological practices, teaches that the first step toward true empowerment is to disengage from meaningless disturbances. Strategic detachment involves developing a disciplined mindset that allows you to selectively focus on what truly matters. By filtering out the noise, you create mental space for introspection and clarity. This practice is akin to installing a mental firewall. By blocking out the frivolous, you are left with a streamlined, potent core of purpose and energy. Reclaiming authenticity in the face of conformity. Modern society often pressures individuals to conform to established norms and expectations. This conformity, though it may provide temporary comfort or social acceptance, ultimately stifles genuine expression and self-realization. Nietzsche's challenge to conventional thinking is a call to reclaim your authenticity, an affirmation that true power lies in being unapologetically yourself. When you reject the need to please others, you liberate yourself from the chains of external validation. Authenticity is the foundation upon which lasting power is built, as it allows you to operate operate with the confidence that comes from knowing your own worth. This self-assuredness, once attained, disrupts the dynamics of social manipulation and ensures that your actions are governed by your intrinsic values, not by the fleeting opinions of others. The impact of social conditioning on personal power. From an early age, social conditioning shapes your perceptions of success, beauty, and morality. These ingrained beliefs often force you into a predetermined role, one that may not align with your true potential. The cultural narratives that define what is desirable and acceptable are designed to keep you in a state of dependency, constantly seeking external approval rather than harnessing your inner strength. To break free from this conditioning, you must critically examine and challenge the norms that have been imposed upon you. By doing so, you awaken to the possibility of a life that is defined by your own aspirations rather than by societal expectations. This liberation is the starting point for any meaningful transformation, as it empowers you to redefine success on your own terms. Rewiring the mind. The role of self-reflection and mindfulness. A critical aspect of reclaiming your power is the process of rewiring your mind through self-reflection and mindfulness. These practices enable you to observe your thoughts without judgment, peeling away the layers of conditioning and irrational fear. Over time, this disciplined introspection reveals the deep-seated patterns that have long dictated your behavior and allows you to reshape them. Mindfulness provides a way to live in the present, free from the clutches of past regrets and future anxieties. By cultivating a state of awareness that is both calm and alert, you gain the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This transformation is the essence of self-mastery. Each mindful moment is a step toward untapped inner power. Harnessing the will to power, an internal revolution. At the heart of this philosophy is the profound concept of the will to power. This is not the brute force often associated with domination. Rather, it is the creative internal drive to define and realize your own destiny. When you cultivate the will to power, you begin to see that every challenge is an opportunity to assert control over your own life. This internal revolution is characterized by a shift from passivity to purposeful action. The energy that once fueled anger and frustration is redirected into a force that propels you forward. In mastering this energy, you discover that the power to shape your reality is not something bestowed by external validation. It is born from within, nurtured through relentless self-improvement and an unwavering commitment to your true self. The dynamics of effective influence. Without force, effective influence does not require bluster or overt aggression. Instead, it is the quiet art of commanding respect through the strength of your character and the clarity of your vision. When you embody self-mastery and authenticity, your presence alone can sway opinions and shift the dynamics of power. Understanding the dynamics of influence is fundamental. It stems from the alignment of your inner and outer worlds, creating a synergy that resonates with those around you. This subtle yet potent influence enables you to neutralize opposition without resorting to overt conflict, making your silent authority all the more formidable. Transcending the noise, a call to internal revolution. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the external clamor often drowns out the quiet voice of reason. The modern world, with its deluge of distractions, is a battleground for your attention. Every notification, every trend, serves as a reminder of how deeply you are entangled in external validation. The transformative journey, as outlined by both Nietzsche and modern psychology, requires a radical shift, from internalizing external chaos to cultivating a serene inner world. This internal revolution is not achieved overnight. It is the result of consistent, deliberate action, a commitment to disconnect from the superficial and tap into the profound reservoirs of your inner strength. Building an unassailable fortress of self-mastery. Imagine constructing a fortress where the walls are built not from stone, but from your deepest convictions and your rigorous discipline. Every challenging experience, every moment of introspection adds a new layer of strength, making your inner world impervious to external chaos. This fortress, once complete, becomes the sanctuary of your selfhood, a place where nothing and nobody can breach your emotional defenses. The journey toward toward building this fortress is arduous, filled with trials that test your resolve. Yet each step taken is a testament to your commitment to self-determination and the refusal to be swayed by the transient influences of modern society. The ultimate transformation, from vulnerability to invincibility. The culmination of this arduous journey is a profound metamorphosis, a transformation from a state of vulnerability into one of unyielding invincibility. This evolution is marked by a relentless pursuit of self-overcoming, where each internal conflict is confronted and transmuted into an asset. As you integrate the lessons of the past and harness the power of disciplined introspection, your inner aura radiates with a quiet, potent energy. It is this energy that ensures that from now on, no disparaging remark or external challenge can penetrate your fortified being. The secret is not to eliminate vulnerability entirely, but to reframe it as a source of continuous growth and strength. Rewriting your destiny through internal mastery. The final piece of the puzzle lies in rewriting your personal narrative. For too long, your life story may have been dictated by external events and inherited patterns. True liberation comes when you seize the pen and author your own destiny. By embedding your life with purpose, clarity, and unyielding resolve, you transform each setback into a chapter of victory. This metamorphosis is not about dismissing the past. It is about integrating it and channeling its energy into the creation of a future that is unequivocally yours. The journey toward rewriting your destiny begins with a single deliberate act of self-affirmation, an acknowledgement that the power to determine your fate lies entirely within you. Embracing a new paradigm of strength. In the modern arena, where chaos and manipulation reign, the paradigm of strength is undergoing a profound transformation. The traditional notion that dominance is achieved through force and loud proclamations is being supplanted by a subtler, more enduring form of power, a power that is rooted in the mastery of the self. This emerging paradigm challenges you to reconsider what it truly means to be powerful. It is no longer about overpowering others with brute strength. It is about cultivating an inner sanctuary of resilience, clarity, and unwavering conviction. As you adopt this new perspective, you gradually become a living testament to the idea that true dominance is an internal phenomenon, a quiet but unassailable force that reshapes your interactions with the world. The future of personal empowerment. Looking ahead, the quest for personal empowerment is increasingly defined by the internal battles we choose to fight. The era of superficial displays and transient achievements is yielding to a new age where true strength is measured by the clarity of one's inner vision and the resilience of one's spirit. The principles discussed in this exploration, strategic detachment, self-mastery, and the integration of the unconscious, are not relics of a bygone era. They are dynamic tools for living in a world where external validation is unreliable, and the true source of power is your ability to control your internal state. This future calls upon every individual to rise above the distractions and deceptions of modern culture, and to reclaim the authority that rightfully belongs to them. Sustaining the journey, a lifelong commitment. The journey toward becoming invincible is not a destination, but a continuous process of evolution. Each day brings new challenges and opportunities for introspection, growth, and transformation. Sustaining this journey requires an unwavering commitment to self-improvement, a dedication to daily practices that fortify your inner resolve and refine your understanding of power. Whether through meditation, reflective writing, or the disciplined pursuit of knowledge, every effort you invest in your inner world adds to the fortress of self-mastery that shields you from the vicissitudes of life. In embracing this lifelong commitment, you forge an identity that is not only resilient, but also adaptive, capable of weathering the storms of an ever-changing world. The culmination of an inner revolution. Finally, the relentless pursuit of self-mastery culminates in a quiet revolution, a transformation that radiates from within and alters the very fabric of your being. This revolution is not marked by grand public gestures, but by the steady, unyielding power that emerges from deep introspection and disciplined action. It is a revolution in which every moment of self-reflection, every courageous confrontation with your shadow, and every instance of mindful detachment contributes to a profound profound internal metamorphosis. This is the essence of true domination, where the ultimate victory is not over others, but over the internal forces that have long sought to undermine your potential. At the pinnacle of our journey, a transformative revelation crystallizes. The ability to crush opposition without uttering a word, the silent mastery of your inner world, is the cornerstone of authentic power. Every struggle, every hardship confronted on the path of self-mastery acts as a chisel, sculpting an unyielding, radiant core. In this state, the cacophony of external judgment and the weight of societal expectation are reduced to mere background noise. The fierce clarity that emerges from this internal dominance is both liberating and awe-inspiring. It is the ultimate testament to your self-generated authority. When you understand that the most potent form of control is that which originates from within, you become impervious to the forces that once held you hostage. This moment of clarity marks the culmination of your inner revolution, a point at which every trial and every sacrifice has forged a character so resilient that no external force can ever diminish its power. In conclusion, this deep exploration of Nietzsche's insights reveals a radical truth. Genuine power and influence are born not from external aggression, but from the disciplined mastery of your inner world. We have dismantled the myth of external control, exposed the corrosive effects of hatred and dependency, and illuminated the path to self-mastery through strategic detachment and relentless self-reflection. True domination, as Nietzsche envisioned, is achieved by transforming every internal weakness into a beacon of strength, by rewriting your narrative, and by embracing a mindset where silence itself becomes the ultimate weapon. As you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, are you ready to renounce the need for external validation and claim the authority that lies dormant within you? Can you commit to the unyielding pursuit of self-overcoming, knowing that every moment of introspection brings you closer to a life where your inner power reigns supreme? The journey ahead demands unwavering courage and relentless determination, but the rewards, a life free from the chains of external manipulation and internal strife, are immeasurable. Thank you for joining this rigorous exploration. If these revelations resonate with you, please like this video, subscribe to Psyche Arcanum, and share your insights in the comments below. Your engagement is essential as we continue to challenge the illusions of the modern world and cultivate a deeper understanding of true power. Remember, the most profound victory is the quiet conquest of your inner self, and that triumph ensures that nothing and nobody can ever control or harm you again.